So just briefly something about how to take symptoms. I know this is a general topic, but how to take it specifically when you're working with the disease classifications, because then you need to divide your symptoms over several clipboards. So you can do that, of course, with drag and drop, which you already saw. So let me go back. Okay, I go to a new symptom. You can drag and drop a symptom to one of these clipboards. Yes, and be careful when you use drag and drop. Let me go to here this symptom. Be sure you have your mouse pointer in the middle of the symptom, not quite at the top, because when you do drag and drop, it easily takes the next one. You see, it now has taken after, so menses after. So be careful, you really have to be on top of the symptom and then start to drag and drop and let it go on the clipboard you want to have it added to. Now, drag and drop is of course obvious. You take a symptom and you drag it to the clipboard you want to have it added to. Here at the top is also a take button. So let me move a bit downwards so that the hand indicator is pointing to a new rubric. If at the top here I click on this button, the take button, it will be added into the default clipboard, and the default clipboard is the one with the check mark. So if I, wait a moment, if I click here, you see now I have a 3, so it's added in this one. It's also possible to make one of the other symptoms the default clipboard. So I go with the right mouse click, and you can see here set as default is Alt click. So I can click on this, but I can also do here on the keyboard. I hold down the Alt key and I say click. Now you see that the check mark is on this clipboard. If now I take here with this button a symptom, so I say take, you see it's added to this clipboard. Let me do one more. You see if I use the main button, I click, it's added to the default clipboard. So that's quite useful to make one of these clipboards the default clipboard, and then when you take symptoms, it's added there. If you click here on the sub button, on Mac it's not so clearly visible because the divider line is not shown, but if you click here at the right, it opens the sub button, and here you can have take and specify the options, and there you can take the symptom and also specify in which clipboard it should be added, and then you can say take. But you can do that also with the keyboard. So that's the third way. So the first is with drag and drop. The second is with the take button or the sub menu. But you can also do with the keyboard. So on the keyboard, I type the plus or the equal sign. So here as a reminder, I show you with the plus, you can do plus enter or +1 enter. That's actually the same. +2 enter, +3, +4 enter, or the equal sign immediately takes the symptom. But these options, they take the symptom into the default clipboard. So let's make here the last one, the default clipboard. I do Alt click. You see the check mark is now here. So my hand indicator is in front of this symptom. If on the keyboard I press the equal sign, I do it now, press, you see immediately the symptom is taken. So let me go to another one. I can also use here the main button. I take, I click, and it's there. So let me go to another one. Now you can also use the plus. So on the keyboard, the plus. So I press plus, and it depends on the language of your keyboard if you need to do shift and then if it's the plus is on the upper key or if it's on the lower key. So I do plus. When I do not specify anything here, it will be taken into the default clipboard. So here clipboard 3 is currently the default clipboard. I say take, or on the keyboard I just press enter, or on Mac they often call this the return. So I say enter, and you see it's added. So let me put the hand in front of another symptom. I can also say plus, then I can say the degree, the intensity. So that's not to which symptom clipboard, number 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's if you want to give it an additional intensity. So I can say a 2 or 3 or 4. So if I do here a 2 and then on the keyboard press enter or click here on take, if I now open this clipboard, you see that here mind adulterous has here a 2. It means this symptom or this rubric, I often use both words, symptom or rubric for the same thing. You see that this is a 2. So it means that this rubric is counted as 2 rubrics. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, but this one is counted as 2, so it's 5. So you see I have here 5. And if you add the degrees, you have here 2 plus 2 plus 1, and you should count this one as 2. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see? Okay, let's go back to the repertory. Go to a new rubric. So let me go back to the manual. You see here that it is mentioned that you can also use this icon, and it's like an arrow, and you can say go to that clipboard. So take the symptom. It's not needed to specify the intensity. You can do it. You can say +1, but it's not needed. If you just say plus, it's also a degree and intensity 1. And then you say go to clipboard number 3, for example. So I'm here in front of this symptom. On the keyboard I say plus, and then this sign, it's like it's an arrow, and then you say put it, let me put it in clipboard 3. So watch, clipboard 3 has only one symptom, and I say here take, and you see it's added here. So that's also an easy way to divide your symptoms over the clipboards you want. So let me repeat. You can drag and drop. So let's go to another symptom. So of course you can drag and drop. You can set the default clipboard to the one you desire. So let me do here Alt, click. Now the second clipboard is the default clipboard. And if you use, let me go to another symptom. If you use here the take button, it will be added to the default clipboard. Or if you use the keyboard, I do plus and I say enter, it's also added to the default clipboard. Now you can use, of course, here this sub button and take with specified options. You can also say to which clipboard it has to be taken. Or you can do on the keyboard as follows. So you can say plus. I can specify the intensity, but that's not needed. I can say a 1 or a 2 or 3. So let me do a 3. So it will count 2 times extra. And now I say put it into clipboard number, now let's see, number 7. So number 7 has only a 1, and I do here take, and you see it's added here. Okay, let's go back to the manual. So we have covered this, change the active default clipboard. This is +2, so you take it with intensity 2 and it goes into clipboard number 3. So we have covered that.